Hello, my friends. It's Johnaroth, and today I, as a mono black Dimir player, am stepping outside my comfort a little bit to focus on a strategy that I usually don't play, and that's tokens. And we're doing it because of the new and exciting Planeswalker from Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is Elspeth, Stormslayer. Elspeth is a 5-mana planeswalker where she has a passive that if one or more tokens would be created under your control, create twice that amount of tokens. Her +1 puts a 1/1 soldier onto the battlefield, but because she has that passive ability of doubling, you're going to get 2 soldier tokens every single time. Her 0, this ability is not to be underrated at all, by the way. Puts a +1/+1 on each creature you control, and those creatures gain flying until the end of your next turn. So you literally will put +1/+1 tokens on every single creature you have on the battlefield, and then they all fly until the end of your following turn. So you can swing in, and then they're still flying the next turn. And then her -3 destroys a target creature an opponent controls with a mana value or 3 or greater. There's a lot of hype around this card, and I was really excited to test this card to see if it's as good as it seems on paper. Built around this, as I mentioned, this deck is a token deck, so we've kind of got several different buckets that this deck is focused on. First, we have a lot of ramp to build up because we do have some very expensive casting cards in this deck. We have all the usual artifacts: Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Guardian Idol, Mind Stone, Power Stone, etc. So we have some ramp cards. Then we have our removal cards such as Swords to Plowshares, Mana Tithe, Fateful Absence, Get Lost, etc. A lot of the usual white removal spells that we have. The other component of this deck is really focused a little less on creatures because we're focused on making a token army and more on enchantments and planeswalkers. There are a lot of both of those in this deck. So looking at this, you have Ossification, which is a removal as an enchantment, Restoration of a Ganjo, you get land and then also a creature. We have Anointed Procession, which doubles the amount of tokens, kind of the same effect. Smothering Tithe, which can tax your opponent. Virtue, which can build up your creatures. A lot of enchantments focused on helping your creatures out. And then, as I mentioned, a lot of planeswalkers. Basri Ket is still a very underrated planeswalker. In my mind, he can get +1/+1, get soldiers, and his ultimate ability is amazing. And it's really not that hard to cast. We also have Ajani, Strength of the Pride for tokens, Archangel Elspeth to create soldier tokens, as well as on the top end, Elspeth, Sun's Champion, who can create tokens, and the Eternal Wanderer, which can do board wipe, also create very powerful tokens. So everything around this deck is built around this strategy of removal of your opponent's stuff so that you can ramp up enough to build out an army and just swarm your opponent with an overwhelming amount of creatures that might be flying onto the battlefield. There's some really fun games in this video, so let's take Elspeth Stormslayer into the queue and see if she truly lives up to the hype. Let's go. Okay, our first opponent is Mythweaver Pock, one of my least favorite commanders of all time. This hand has got some ramp. It's not too shabby. We're going to keep it. See what we can do. Turn 2, I'm going to go for the Mind Stone. Turn 3, depending on if we draw a land or not, maybe Warm Power Stone. My goal is to try to swamp our opponent with tokens before they can pull out a win. Hopefully we draw a land. Okay, we did draw a land. That's good. I'm going to go for Worn Power Stone. He still won't be able to summon Mythweaver Pock this turn unless he pulls off some sort of crazy ramp move. Okay, he has Nissa. Can we get out the Eternal Wanderer? We can. 3, 6 mana. We did draw another land, so I'm going to summon Elspeth. We're going to make some tokens. We're going to use the ossification on a land to get rid of Nissa. Pass the turn. Our next turn, I'm probably going to summon the Eternal Wanderer. Okay, our opponent is ramping, getting some more lands, getting some more creatures. He's definitely ramping. I don't know. I wouldn't attack if I were you, but okay, that's fine. On our turn, we're going to summon the Eternal Wanderer. We're going to wipe the board of everything. We're going to create more tokens. And now we're going to go for a strategy, hopefully, of getting as many tokens on the battlefield as possible. I'm going to attack every single turn. It can protect Mythweaver Pock, so let's exile the Safekeeper if we can. If he wants to sacrifice a land for that, so be it. He wants to protect Mythweaver Pock. That's fine.
Have a nice trip.
Let's bring out the Warhound because he does have more lands than we do. So we'll get another Plains. We're going to bring out Adeline. We're going to create more tokens. We're going to attack. We're going to keep putting pressure on our opponent. Green does not have really any board wipes. So I'm just going to overwhelm him with an army before he can crank out some ridiculous stuff. Okay, that's scary. Rishkar's expertise. He gets to draw 7 cards, cast a spell mana value 5 or less. Okay, he's going to have a Spring Bloom Druid. Kind of ramp some more. That's perfectly fine. That's a scary card. The Skull Spore Nexus is very scary. Basically what it can do is whenever One or more creatures die, you create a dinosaur with equal to the base and power toughness of the total power of those creatures. And you can double the creature's target power until the end of the turn. Very scary. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is exile the Safekeeper again. If he wants to sacrifice a land to put a counter on something, that's fine. How much can we hit him for? See what our opponent does. He's going to give Hexproof to Mythweaver Pock. So we're essentially getting rid of some of his lands, which is great.
You're coming with me.
I'm now going to use Elspeth Conquers Death to get rid of the Skullpore Nexus. Alright. We can put a +1/+1 on each creature we control and give them flying. So we could do 10... 10, 15. I say we go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go all out. I think we may have him. Yes. Goodbye, Mythweaver Pock. You are vanquished by the power of tokens. Good game. Okay. Our second game is scary because it's against Ketramos, an Exile Commander. Lots of card draw. Skyclave can get rid of him. I'm going to keep this hand because of the ramp. Oh, I want to keep the Witch Enchanter to get rid of the Ghost Vacuum. But I feel like I made a mistake. I should have played an untapped land and you cast Arcane Signet. Let's see if that costs us. Well, so far it has not. I'm going to summon a Monastery Mentor. Try to get a presence onto the battlefield. Our opponent's going to heist our library for a card using Grave Expectations and Alchemy card. Opponent is going to give us a clue by killing the Monastery Mentor. We're going to put down a land, cast Arcane Signet, and cast Adeline. Opponent's going to exile a card from the graveyard. Our opponent casts Kaya, who can destroy a target non-land permanent. Put down a land, and we're going to summon Elspeth. Create some tokens. We're going to go after Kaya. Want to make sure she dies.
Am I dematerializing? Huh.
With the type of deck that we're playing, we will not win a long game against Ketramos. The exile effect and the continual redrawing of cards is just going to be too much. Oh, he has Shieldred. Wow. We're going to lose 2 life. Luckily, we have a solution for Shieldred, so Elspeth is going to kill Shieldred. Put down a Staff of Completion. Let's go in for a massive attack. Got our opponent down to 12. We have a Surge of Salvation, which could be crucial here. It makes our permanents hexproof until the end of the turn. So let's see what our opponent does here. If they can't do anything significant, I think we can win the game. Let's see. They bring out Ketramos. We're going to lose 1 life and draw a card. Okay, that is bad. But I'm going to cast Surge of Salvation to make me hexproof. So he will not be taking our Skyclave. We're going to bring out the Skyclave, get rid of Ketramos. And we are going to swing in for a good maybe 20 damage. We got him. We got Ketramos as well. Very popular commander, hard to beat because of the amount of exile effects they have and the amount of card draw that they have. And once Ketramos gets going where they can attack, which he would have been able to attack with Ketramos, the lifelink helps him greatly. So versus a deck like that, it's crucial that we overwhelm them with the amount of tokens that we have. Very good game. Okay, our next game is against Tyvar the Pummeler. Our hand has a way of slowing Tyvar from being summoned through the Curse of Silence. We do have a lot of ramp in this hand. Not much else, but I am going to try it. So let's start off by putting down our 1-tapped land because we can summon the Curse of Silence after we cast Arcane Signet on turn 2. This is definitely an elf deck. What I'm going to do is cast Curse of Silence on him to keep him from summoning Tyvar the Pummeler right away. Tyvar is a 3-mana 3/3. You can tap another untapped creature to give him indestructible. And you can also give creatures X plus X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So, do I ramp here? I think I'm going to go for the Solemn Simulacrum as an early blocker. We're also going to get another land. We'll be able to summon Elspeth next turn. Opponent's eyeing our Solemn Simulacrum. He does have a decent amount of mana. He has a Beast Whisper, but did not have a land, so that's really good for us. I'm going to bring out Elspeth. We're going to start making some tokens. Actually, no. I'm going to get rid of the Beast Whisperer. I don't want him drawing additional cards, so I'm just going to keep back the Solemn Simulacrum as a blocker. This is going to be a tense game. Summons a Steel Leaf Champion. We did get another land. First off, I'm going to make some tokens.
Join the fight.
Then I'm going to summon Basri Ket onto the battlefield. We're going to add a +1/+1 onto this counter. I'm going to throw down all of our cards in our hand. We're basically going to ramp out completely. Pick white for the Cold Steel Heart. I'm not attacking. I'm focusing on building my army. Our opponent has an Elvish War Master, which is a very scary magic card. Okay, our opponent, how did he hit? Can't be blocked by creatures 2 or... Oh, I did not know that. Helps if you read the card, doesn't it? Oops. My bad. We're going to resummon our commander. We're going to make... Well, wait a second. Make more tokens. I'm going to put a +1/+1 on the Solemn Simulacrum so we can block the Steel Leaf next turn. We're going to hold back. If we can get to Basri Ket's ultimate, it's such a powerful ultimate. You get an emblem where at the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 soldier, and then you put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. And it does that every single turn. So if we can get that onto the battlefield, that will be huge for us. Our opponent summons Tyvar. I am going to get rid of the Curse of Silence to draw another card. We get an Elspeth, which is excellent. Okay, so our opponent's going for an all-out assault here. I'm going to block the Steel Leaf Champion. He cannot pump up the War Master, so I'm actually kind of surprised that he did that. The War Master is really good in an elf deck. You can give all your creatures +2/+2 and Death Touch, but that's okay. So he's going to return the elf and untap a card. That's fine. We're going to draw another card. What do we do next? That Steel Leaf Champion's proving to be a real problem. I'm going to create some tokens.
Ready arms.
I'm going to get down a Monastery Mentor. Then we're going to cast Elspeth Conquers Death, which is going to create more tokens for us. We're going to attack the Steel Leaf Champion. He might just move it back to his hand, but if he does, that's perfectly fine by me. I probably should have cast the Tokasia's Welcome first, quite honestly. But that's okay. This is where we start to build out our whole army. Even if he gets out the War Master next turn, he won't be able to pump up everything right away, I don't think. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a +1/+1 on a Monastery Mentor.
Now is the time to strike.
I am not going to attack. Opponent gets out an Elvish War Master, Steel Leaf Champion. Can we kill our opponent this turn? We might be able to. We have Bazriket's ultimate, which is going to be such a huge win here. Our opponent realizes that we're going to be able to do the ultimate. So it looks like he's trying to do some sort of attack. He's going to look for a creature with a mana value of 2. Priest of Titania, which can get him a lot of mana. That's a good move. We're going to do Bazriket's ultimate. I think we can kill him here.
I hope you are proud.
I think we can kill him here. Let's get out the Loyal Warhound first. Draw another card. Just a Plains. Let's get our Guardian Idol onto the battlefield. Now we're going to give everything +1/+1 and flying until the end of the turn. And I think our opponent realizes the game is over. Smash! I didn't do the math, but I think I got enough. He can probably block 1 with the Birds of Paradise. Well, I'm not even sure if he can do that. Yeah, he can block 1. But is that enough to save him? No, it is not. Really good game. Tokens versus elves. Rest in peace, elves. Really good game. That was a lot of fun to play. Okay, in our next game, we are going against Giada, Font of Hope. So an Angels deck. Our opponent does get to go first. This hand is meh? I don't know. I'm going to mulligan. This hand is not much better, but I really don't like mulliganing more than 1. I'm going to keep it. We do have some removal. Turn 1 and 2 plays here. Giada's a 1/2 angel for 2 mana, and you can tap her to gain a Plains to summon another angel. Okay, so he's going to bring out Giada. I am going to cast Ossification to get rid of Giada to slow our opponent down. Looks like our opponent is ramping. He has a Bishop of Wings. I'm going to bring out a Monastery Mentor more as a distraction than anything else. I've never seen a hand like this. Look at our hand. It's 6-drop, 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 and a 7-drop. Now our deck is not built just around those types of cards, so my strategy right now is hope we draw a land and do a farewell on our opponent and get rid of everything they have. They're going to hit us for 3. I'm hoping in our next 2 cards we draw another land. That's literally it. He's going to gain some life. Am I okay to bring out an enchantment? I'm not going to exile enchantment, so I think so. I'm just going to hope we draw a land next turn. Otherwise, we're going to have to get something, maybe Elspeth onto the battlefield to be a distraction until we can get another land and wipe all this stuff away. Okay, he has a banner. I would have played that first, but alright. We did draw the land, thank goodness. Whew, we made it. We're going to exile all creatures and all artifacts. This is going to put our opponent back to 4 lands, basically. Oh! Oh, mana tithe! Oh no, he had 1 mana. Oh, jeez, that's so bad. Oh my gosh, we're almost dead because of that. Scary, scary card. Okay. Well played. Very well played, opponent, on that. I'll give you credit for that. We're going to summon the Eternal Wanderer. We are going to have to wipe the board. He'll be able to keep the Bishop, but everything else will fall by the wayside. Shoot. Oh. We're still in serious, serious trouble here. We're in trouble. He'll be able to kill the Eternal Wanderer.
Guards, to me.
We're very low on life right now.
We'll finish this later.
The Guide of Souls will probably be able to help us with that a little bit. But that Mana Tithe really wrecked our game. It really did. Good move for the opponent. I respect it.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
So... Oh, wait. We could kill all the spirits. Giada would be at 1. I think this might be the play. I'm going to use the token to attack the Wandering Emperor. Let's see if he blocks. Okay, so he probably can't kill us next turn, even if he removes this turn, even if he removes Elish Norn. And I think we could probably gain some life back with Guide of Souls. This is very close. It's going to hit us for 2. He's going to use the Guardian of Girapur to exile the Arcane Signet. If we summon the Guide of Souls, what is this mana value? 3? It's cast Iganjo, get a land, use Elspeth to kill the Guardian, but then we'll be dead because he'll put a +1 on the Giada and hit us. So that's no good. We have to gain some life here. We have to gain some life here. We have to. We don't have a choice. I'm going to cast Elspeth and create some creatures. Gain some life.
I will defend my own honor.
We're going to attack the Wandering Emperor with both.
Years of training for this.
We're going to be dead if he can get somehow a +1 somewhere. But if he doesn't, then I think we can pull this off. He summons a Sanctuary Warden. Okay, he's going to attack with both. Kill off Elspeth.
Battle lost, but not the war.
I am going to summon Elspeth, and we are going to give all of our creatures flying until the end of the turn. The end of next turn, just to be clear. It'll get us a land. And now we have to start to be a little aggressive. I'm going to attack with the token, 7/7. He's going to attack. I am going to block with just one token because he has a shield counter on his Sanctuary Warden. Yeah, and unfortunately we now have an Air Force. So on our next turn, I'm hoping we'll get something where we can summon some more tokens, gain some more life, but I'm going to keep plussing my army, and it's going to keep in the air turn after turn. So Elspeth Stormslayer, really chef's kiss of a Planeswalker, really adds a whole nother level to token decks. Wow, what a game. Our next game is against Alesha, who laughs at fate. Very, very strong Rakdos commander. I love a good Rakdos deck. Our hand has some ramp, has some removal. It's a little slow, but I am going to keep it. Put down a land. Hopefully we can ramp up a little bit. The Deep Cavern Bat, that's a problem. Don't take the Get Lost. Don't do it. Well, he didn't. He actually took the Mind Stone. So, okay. Do I care about the Lava Spur boots? Not right now, I don't, so I'll let him have that. It's going to hit us for 1. I am going to kill the Deep Cavern Bat just because I need that ramp piece back. Okay, we're going to put down a Plains, put down the Mind Stone. We're going to keep up the Reprieve in case he casts Alesha on his turn. Our opponent is hurting on red mana, so that's good for us. He's equipped the boots to Jadar. Opponent's looking for lands. Well, using map tokens. We're going to get hurt here for a little while, but that's okay. Do we want to take some more damage and keep up the Reprieve? I think we're going to take a little bit more damage and keep up the Reprieve so we can go for a land. Has a lot of black mana. I'm going to Reprieve the Agadeem's Awakening back to his hand, draw a card. And that's enough to get us the game. On our turn, we can finally start building out an army. We can discard the Guardian Idol, bring it back into the battlefield, get a Plains, start summoning some tokens. Then we can get out Andaline and start hammering at our opponent. Our opponent was somewhat unlucky because they had no red mana, so that's the one disadvantage of every multicolored deck. I'm sure you and I have both been there many times where you just can't get the right mana to win the game. But good game. I really like Alesha as a commander. Thank you so much for watching my new video featuring Elspeth, Stormslayer. If you ask me the question, is Elspeth worth the hype as the second most priciest card of the Dragonstorm Tarkir set? My answer would be yes. Elspeth is a very powerful Planeswalker. Her passive ability to double the amount of tokens that you can get, add flying to all your creatures until the end of next turn, and +1 removal for your opponent's big stuff. Elspeth is a force to be reckoned with. I would put her at the A tier bucket for commanders and really recommend you play with Elspeth. I had a lot of fun playing Elspeth today, and I won a lot of games against a lot of different opponents. I did end up finding a decent amount of Mythweaver Pock decks, and I won almost every one of those games just by overwhelming them with the sheer number of tokens. So if you get a chance, play Elspeth. It's a refreshing and fun new Planeswalker to add to your Brawl experience. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please add comments. Tell me what you think about the deck. The deck list is in the description below. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear all about your thoughts about Elspeth. Any thoughts about Magic or your favorite kind of coffee. I don't care. I just want to talk and interact with the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.